Hi, this is John from Branson Cerakote. We recently had a customer contact us about a special order camo pattern that they wanted called Gap Camo. I personally hadn't really heard anything about it, so we did some research online and found some examples, and we basically had our graphic artist come up with our version of it. It's basically just like a two-piece blob pattern, almost like woodland camo, the bigger pieces in woodland camo, and it's a 3-color. So looks to me, just from what I could tell online, looks like a black, a green, and a tan. So today we have this mock-up AR-15 that's got no guts in it, it's got no barrel. We bought this just so we could do these videos and do our stencil patterns and things on it, and then we'll strip it back down and do the next one. But we're going to do that today with the Gap pattern. We're going to use graphite black, flat dark earth, and forest green, all the H series Cerakote. So we've already pre-sprayed the frame or the mock-up with graphite black, and what we're going to do now is go ahead and apply some of these stencil pieces so that we can then spray the flat dark earth over to get the tan part. So I'm going to turn the camera off for just a minute so I can get some things set up, and then we'll come back and show you how we do it. Okay, so what I've done is basically gone through with just a Sharpie and numbered the 2 pieces of each of these stencils. They're all male stencils, so you're going to apply a base coat, put the stencil down, and then spray over that, and the masked portion is what's going to give you your image. So what we've done here, or by numbering them, what you're doing is basically making sure that once you get ready to lay your next coat down over top of that, you're matching the piece up with the piece that needs to go next to it, so that it is all that one continuous piece, even though they're going to be 2 separate colors. So that was the easiest way I could think of to do this pattern, would be to just number them so that they would all match up. So I'm going to go ahead and we'll leave the camera on, but we're probably going to speed this up during the video so that I can just go ahead and lay some stencils down, and we'll get ready to spray our flat dark earth on there. Okay, real quick, I forgot to mention this earlier in that step, and I just want to cover something real quick. Obviously, putting the numbers on these pieces, once you put your next coat on, the pieces that are already on here that have numbers on them, you're going to lose that when the coating covers those up. So one step I forgot to mention, something we do here on the shop all the time, is take pictures of this with your a cell phone camera or just a regular camera, so that you can go back and match up the pairing pieces to these once they're covered with coating. You'll still be able to see the outline. You just match the numbers up from your cell phone photos and just put the piece on there where it goes. So just want to hit that quick tip. We're getting ready to hang this in the booth and spray flat dark earth on it. A couple of questions we've been getting on our website about Cerakote. One is, how critical is it to be right on the line when you're mixing this stuff? Honestly, it's really critical, and the main reason why is if you coat your rifle or whatever you're doing with a batch of, say, flat dark earth, and then you go later and you buy a new foregrip or a new pistol grip to put on there, if you haven't been right on, you're even just a fraction of a milliliter off. When you mix that new batch, it's not going to match when you do that new item. So that's why it's really critical. If it says 12 milliliters to 1, you do it 12 milliliters, right at 12 milliliters to 1. And what you want to do on your lines is fill it up till the bubbles, the bottom of the bubbles, are on the line that you're doing. The other question we get, and I see this a lot, is in the videos from Cerakote and things, they tell you put it in a glass beaker and use a glass stir stick and stir it around. You do need to use glass because the hardener is really caustic and it will eat plastic if you're using like a plastic paint cup or a plastic beaker. However, sitting there with that little glass stir stick takes you forever. It's not very effective, to be honest with you, anyway. So what I do and what they do at Cerakote is take a new nitrile glove and just stretch it over the mouth, making sure you've got it good and tight, and then just shake it back and forth like a paint mixer. So just a couple of quick tips. This stuff needs to be shaken a lot. So just, you know, shake it. You can't shake it too much because if you don't get this completely mixed, what you'll end up with are little solid globules of the hardener. And when they hit the whatever material you're spraying, whatever item you're spraying, you'll end up with little bright spots. So you just want to make sure you really mix this well. All right, we're gonna mix this up and we'll speed the process up to show you some spraying. All right, so we've got, this has just come out of the oven. We got it ready to go for the next set of stencils. You'll notice I didn't spray the entire gun with the flat dark earth. Couple reasons for that, and it's just personal preference. One, I didn't need to coat everything again. It just adds buildup after buildup if if you're doing multiple coats. And two, it's a waste of money. If I'm not needing that color in a particular area for the camo pattern, there's no sense in spraying it there. So I just sprayed it in the areas where the next stencil pattern is going to go down, because that's what's going to be the flat dark earth in the end result. So we're going to speed the video back up again while I throw these stencils on, and we're going to hang it in the booth, spray some forest green, and then we'll bring it back to show you the end result. Okay, so we've finished up the final bake on this, and all we've got left to do is pull the stencils off. So I'm going to do that real quick and see what we've got.